Greetings, it's Eric Bakker coming back to you again. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking about gut inflammation at the moment. It's some of the key foods that cause gut inflammation, some of the best foods to eat. So be sure to watch the several videos in this series which I'm going to upload today. You might get some benefit from this. So try and really think of gut inflammation like a body out of control. You're actually consuming something, or there are processes going in the gut that are causing a level of inflammation, which is an inappropriate immune response. Your body's quite clever. So what it does, it treats things inside it a little bit like, burglars or bad people coming into your property. So your immune system is a little bit like a home alarm system. It gets reset every day, and then it's a bit like a house. You're going to go to work, you put the alarm on, you go away, and then the body's protected. The house is protected from people breaking in. The immune system does a similar thing. However, with low-grade chronic gut inflammation, it's like the alarm system is partially working or broken, and people can come in and out as they please. The security's gone. And as we know, if we leave the front and back door open, it doesn't take long for the fridge to become raided, all the beer and pretzels and pizza to be gone, and the whole place is a mess. So you need a good alarm system, or depending where you live, but you need a good immune system. So let's look at some of the foods now that can really be annoying your body, foods that you should take out to reduce this inflammatory response. This is going to help to make a very effective and powerful alarm system that will help to protect your body. So we all know about sugar. Sugar is one of the key foods that's involved with inflammatory processes. Studies a long time ago showed that not long after you consume sugar, if you do something crazy like put white sugar in your mouth, literally within minutes, you start reducing the activity of white blood cells called neutrophils. Literally within 5 to 10 minutes this happens. So this is a well-known research that was conducted back in the 70s in America. So sugar immediately lowers immune function activity. So this is crazy. Why would you even eat plain sugar or add it to beverages or foods? It has so many bad effects on your health. The other effect that sugar has, a negative one, is it ramps up the production of cytokines, pro-inflammatory cytokines. So these are particular substances made by your immune system to help to respond to your body in an appropriate or inappropriate way. But the cytokines that are stimulated and produced through sugar are the inappropriate cytokines, which create inflammatory responses. Sugar also pushes up blood sugar levels. It ramps up your blood sugar, which pushes insulin up. And insulin is a pro-inflammatory hormone. So you don't want to walk around with high levels of insulin in your body all the time. Insulin should only be secreted and utilized when you're having a meal. All right, so if you're going to have snack foods on junk food or drink soda drinks or have things that stimulate insulin production, you're going to be walking around constantly with low-grade inflammation. Chewing gum with artificial sugars in it, candy bars, all these things are pro-inflammatory compounds because they all contain sugar. Vegetable oils is another big thing which a lot of people are unaware of, is the oils they consume. Many of these oils are not good oils. They're high in omega-6. And many people today consume too many products high in an omega-6 rather than consuming the omega-3 oil. So their essential fatty acid ratios in their diet are very skewed. They've got much too much omega-6, not enough omega-3, which leaves them in a pro-inflammatory state. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. Omega-6 can be pro-inflammatory. Sometimes anti-inflammatory depending on the omega-6, but usually pro-inflammatory. So if that balance is too much like this, you're going to get too much inflammation. So the only oils I tend to recommend for people to consume are olive oil, avocado oil. There are a few oils that you can consume that have a benefit for you, coconut oil for example. But many other oils are crappy like canola oil and rapeseed oil and cottonseed oil. You shouldn't really consume these oils. Fried foods. Fried foods. We all know about these things. We see the advertisements on TV for, burgers and for, chicken things you can dip into containers. And, of course, French fries. There's fried chicken. There's fried squid rings. All sorts of things that are deep fried. These are no good. They're bad foods to eat for the gut. They stimulate the production of what we call advanced glycation end products. So this is basically damaged fats. And damaged fats again upregulate your immune response. These push up the production of something called interleukin 6, which is very inflammatory. So this is a bad guy to eat in your diet. To me, alcohol and fried foods are some of the worst things you can consume, if you want to reduce inflammation. Refined white flour, donuts, bagels, crappy food like that, pushes insulin response up, breaks down quickly in the body, provides a bit of energy, makes you tired. So these foods stimulate insulin production, leading to inflammation. Dairy foods, not really good idea to consume lots of dairy, lots of cheese, lots of milk, lots of cream, especially the high fat dairy, because again, this is pro-inflammatory. So you want to keep this down. Yogurt is one of the safest ones. It's been properly cultured. It's actually good food, particularly if you've got a very good, clean, organic milk that's not homogenized or pasteurized. So just be cautious of dairy. Dairy also, of course, can stimulate allergies in the body and inappropriate histamine production, which again is inflammation, leading to like low-grade tummy pain, itchy skin, bloating, sneezing, itchy eyes, all of these typical histamine responses. Excuse me. Artificial sweeteners. Another key thing that people get in drinks and chewing gum and foods and things like that, also pro-inflammatory. So I just discovered, I didn't know this, but these sorts of artificial sweeteners reduce the production of a beneficial bacteria called Bacteroides. They actually alter the gut microbiome. So other research recently has found out that these artificial sweeteners actually they stimulate you to want consume more of these foods. So they create inappropriate responses in terms of appetite. So try and avoid the artificial sugars. Cow meat like pork and beef and commercially produced animal products like this. Beef in particular is not a great food if you eat it all the time and every day, because it can tend to push up the production of arachidonic acid, which is a very inflammatory compound. So I'd recommend you eat more salmon or fatty fish, or lamb. Lamb is a better alternative to beef. If you're going to eat beef, no more than once per week and a very small amount. We didn't talk about the alcohol. Alcohol is a big problem. Little amounts here or there actually help to reduce C-reactive protein levels, which is an inflammatory marker. But if you have that second drink or that third drink, and how many people do that? Most people who have one drink have a second drink or a third or a fourth or fifth or whatever. Moderation in alcohol is a key if you want to reduce inflammation. Red wine is preferable over, spirits and beer, of course. So, if you're going to drink alcohol, you're going to drink maybe a glass of red wine a few times per week. You wouldn't have 3 glasses every night. That's just, that's pushing into the high inflammation state. You get liver damage. You're producing, you're putting a huge big burden on the body to break down the byproducts of alcohol, and that's inflammation in its own right as well. So I recommend that you don't drink a lot of alcohol. And then the trans fats, this is one of the last things I'll talk about. So these are man-made fats. These are fats that are hard at room temperature. They're designed to keep the food longer on the supermarket shelf. These are bad. These definitely increase the production of interleukin 6 and C-reactive protein, both components of the immune system. So when you push them up, you're pushing up inflammation. So these are bad fats. They're linked with heart disease and cancer and many different things. So I recommend you avoid the trans fats completely from your diet. And you can read it on labels. Most companies now avoid putting trans fats in their foods because they know consumers are reading labels and therefore won't buy them. So that's a bit of information on some foods for you to avoid if you want to avoid gut inflammation. Thanks for tuning in.